Hello class, this is Dr. Fish. Welcome to Module 3. All right, so yeah, I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom and then I'm going to show you a Word document based on these headings that should be in the paper that you're getting ready to do for this week, so you will not be confused, because there are different sections that if I would have designed the instructions, I would have put the introduction. The information for the introduction would have been under that section. The information for the research question, that, I put that information under there. So these are the headings that need to be in your paper, of course, including there's one more heading, which is your references heading. So let me explain each section in a Word document that I just put together. Now, it was only maybe 2 of you that did not give me a cover page, actually in the last couple of weeks, which meant you didn't see my feedback from week 1, or maybe you didn't even watch my video. I'm trying to save you from losing points. You got to have a cover page. Please include a cover page. The next page is going to start the body. You need to have a page number in the upper right hand corner. That is an APA requirement, and you have to have headings above each section. Again, APA requirement. It needs to be centered, okay? Times New Roman is fine, okay? Even though this is not Times New Roman, that's okay, not a big deal. All right, so under your introduction heading, which is centered, and then you're going to come down, centered in upper lowercase bold, okay? And you'll come down and you'll do a first line indentation, okay? Some of you did not do that. So I'm just trying to throw in these reminders to let you know the first line of every paragraph needs to be indented. That's an APA requirement. Now, what is it? What are they looking for under the introduction? Develop a 1 to 2 paragraph rather introduction to the research procedures section, and do these 3 steps right in here. That's what I'm looking for. Please don't put restate this purpose study and then you start typing, you start restating your purpose. I don't want to see this in here. I do want to see responses to each one of these, okay? So I want to see responses, all right? I want to see 1 to 2 paragraph of this information right here. Now, next heading is going to be research question. One more time, notice the heading is centered. I noticed some of you were doing a line left. The very first level heading should be centered. Pretty much all of these papers you're going to be doing, for the most part, most of them are going to be level 1, which is centered, upper lowercase bold. All right. This one the research question. Technically, you can just make this, because we don't even need that. You can just simply say research question, okay? Here, this is what they're looking for. Well-developed paragraph introducing the research question from Table 1, from Module 1. So go back and look at Module 1 assignment. Refine the research question if necessary. Some of you have asked me, can I change my yes, you can. Because that's what happens in research. When you start digging in the literature and you're not looking, you're not finding what you're looking for, but you're finding other little nuggets or other ideas or better ideas, that's what happens. It actually changes your research. So you have to allow the literature to guide you. So, well-developed paragraph introducing the research question from Table 1. In with the statement, this particular statement right here, this is what you need to include. The following research question will guide the action research study. And then you put that research. It's the how question, by the way. Although I'm not big on, those closed-ended questions, it's that how question. If you don't have a how question, it's okay. Just pick one of your research questions, because that's going to guide your action research study at this point. And then the next heading is going to be methodology and design. Select the methodology that would best help you achieve the purpose and answer the research question in your action research proposal. All right. And so what does that mean when they say methodology? I gave you a video that explains methodology. We're talking about are you going to do quantitative, which has to do with numbers, or you want to do a qualitative study, which has to do with basically the experiences or understanding the experiences of individuals or those who are participating in the study, or are you doing a combination of both? Now, some of you, I'm sure you're probably thinking, you know, I think I'm going to do both. You may want to look very long and hard, first of all, and understand what is a methodology, what is quantitative study, what is qualitative. And if you're going to do a mix, it's called mixed methods, by the way. If you're going to do a mixed methods, which is a combination of the two, you need to be able to fully understand and put that down in this paragraph. Show me, demonstrate that you understand the combination of a mixed methods and why you're going to do that. Because if you can't tell me why, then I'm going to push back on you and say, hey, you need to work on this a little bit more. And I may even kind of guide you. I really think this sounds more like a qualitative, or it may sound more like a quantitative. Okay, so make sure you fully understand when you get to this part, because this is almost like the heartbeat of your action research as far as the methodology that you're going to choose. And then the population sample and professional practice workplace setting. Okay, identify the target population, individuals of the group most impacted by the problem. So you need to give me some details about them. Don't just say, okay, I'm talking about third graders. Okay, I need a little bit more information. Are we talking, is it mostly girls? Is it mostly boys? Is this in a rural area? Is this low income? Is it what, give me, I need a lot of details about the individuals. The more details you have, by the way, about the individuals that you want to study or help, I should say, the better off you're going to be. And then you're going to tell me about the problem. What is that problem that they are impacted by? Explain that. And then tell me something about the workplace setting, okay? And you do not, by the way, have to include the exact name of the workplace. You can just use a fictional name, okay? Also identify the sample you would use for the action research and how you would choose the sample from the population, okay? Sample means sample size. How many individuals are going to be impacted by the problem, okay? So if you know you're dealing with whatever, I don't know, 50 or whatever it is, 60, 70 third grade students, whatever it is, okay? And again, you're the subject matter expert. You know more about your kids than anybody else, okay? So you need to plug all that information in there. And then finally, the data collection plan. All these questions that they list there, these questions are going to help you develop your data collection plan. Please do not put the questions in the paper. Please don't do that, because what happens is it increases your Turnitin score. So you got to think about that. Don't put these questions in there. I want responses to the questions, and I need to be able to clearly see that you are responding to like what data will be collected, okay? All right. Will the data you collect be qualitative, quantitative, or again, mixed methods? So you're going to be answering, don't just say yes, but you're going to be answering, elaborating, explaining, demonstrating to me, again, that you fully understand the methodology approach that you want to use to help solve your problem. All right. Data collection, let me see. It was something in here. It was a question that, and I know oftentimes it is asked of student, what instruments are you going to use to collect your data? How will you, there it is, how will you collect your data? Okay, so when we talk about doing interviews, if you want to collect your data by way of interviews, you need to know, okay, interviews fall under which methodology? That's the question. You're going to go and find that out yourself. Go and look at the video. I gave you a video. It explains the different instruments, that data collection instruments that fall underneath each one of the methodologies. Okay, so if you're doing interviews, it falls under either qualitative or quantitative. Not telling you, you got to go and find out for yourself. If it's going to be surveys, okay, you got to tell me this falls under, you know, whichever methodology. But again, I want to see that you fully understand it. That means you need to really understand methodology this time. All right, so when you do all of that, make sure you, and please include APA formatting. You know, your margins should be 1 inch. All the things that you should already know by now. In-text citations and references for each in-text citation. You need to have a reference for it, please. All right. And then you have your references page. You notice how I did that. Some of you have been putting your references. You started like if your body page ended here, you started it here. I'm like, no, the reference page goes on the following page after the last body page. So keep that in mind. Once again, make sure you have those page numbers. So that's all I'm going to cover here. That's how it should be put together. You can, I think what I'll end up doing is I'll make this is not even a template. This is just kind of helps you get through the assignment. Okay, don't look at this as a template, but use it kind of like a reference or a guide, because all I did was I pulled all that information that was all over the place in the instructions and I put it in the right place. Okay, now there are some other pieces that I did not include in here. Read all of this, but read it with this in mind. This is what's going to help you. Seriously. Read it with this. This is your guide right here. I would put this at the very beginning, like I said, as a guide. Here's what, this is where the rubber meets the road. Each one of these are headings. No, you do not put bullets next to them. They just put it in here as you know, for the instructions. Remember, your headings are centered, upper and lowercase, bold. Okay, first level headings. You're using all first level headings right here. There are no second level headings. And again, APA style formatting. If you have any questions, any concerns, any misunderstandings, but I think it should be very clear now. Any questions, just let me know. I'll chat with you soon.